Hello, my name's Helen. I'm a psychotherapist and energy worker, and I'm in the middle of quite a large life transition and a move. I've been working with people for over 20 years in one way or another, so I'm very experienced. However, of late, I'm finding that more and more people are saying that therapy's too expensive, they can't afford it. And I, on one hand, I get it because of their bills. And on the other hand, it's also priority. We've got to prioritise our own psychological well-being. The move is huge. The move that we're undertaking is we're coming out of a house which is rented accommodation, and we are going to go and live a little off-grid in a caravan for a while. So I say we, my partner and I, 2 dogs and a cat. Watch this space, because this is going to be a whole new adventure, experience, healing journey of some sort. I thought I'd done my healing somewhere last year, whatever, until I was diagnosed with breast cancer on the 20th of December last year, 2024. And in an instant, I realised that I hadn't completed my healing. I'd kidded myself. I kidded myself that I'd done all the healing that I needed to do, and then I did what so many do. I fell back into the old way. Right, that's it, done now. You know, let's not drag this out any longer. Back to the real world. The thing is, I'd done that time and time again over my life, and the real world doesn't suit and work for somebody like me. I am a sensitive soul, and I work with mainly sensitive people. And I love being out in nature as well. So that's another reason why this new journey that we are embarking on is going to be utterly amazing. I can see myself sitting outside, wrapped up really warm, under the stars, under the full moon, because that's what I love to do anyway, or one of the things I love to do in nature. But we gotta work out how to do this, how to actually live in a caravan with animals and work. Now, my partner's in the ambulance service, so he works, the usual pattern is 4 on 4 off. I always used to see people from home. Now most of my work is going to need to be online, and that's okay because I work online too. But it's also a new way of working, as in promoting myself, and the work will be different because it will be online. All while we are finding the next place to stay, and to take the animals into consideration, who are here with me now. So let me see if I can show you. So there's Willow, and further over here, and there's Oakley. Can you see him? There's Oakley. Bo the cat is at home. Sorry, excuse me, it's quite windy and my hair's really fine. So it would be great if you joined me on this journey. My intention is to step so far out of my comfort zone and put this stuff online on YouTube. So whether you live in a caravan, whether you're thinking about living in a caravan or a motorhome, whether you just love the outdoors, or whether you're interested in your psychological well-being, your energetic well-being, maybe you're interested in healing in some way. I don't know how this is going to look. I really don't know. I am still in the middle of this transition through life, which has enabled me to let go of the past and move on properly. I mean, I have cried so much this year you wouldn't believe. By the way, I was very fortunate. My breast cancer was caught really early, and I see that as a sign from the universe, because the mammograms came round early, because nothing could be felt and all things like that. So they whipped it out. That's it, end of treatment. because I chose not to take any more treatment, kind of move on. But it isn't as simple as that, because just like everybody says, when you're hit with an illness like that, any illness, it does make you look at your life very differently. It does make you think about how you've lived your life up until that point. You look at your choices, the good ones, the bad ones. Your heart breaks for the mistakes that you've made in your life, which of course we all do. I've also undertaken another sort of personal journey that's slightly work related, but actually it's more on a human level, on more for women. So what do I mean by that? Due to all the situations that I've been in my life, not all, many situations that I've been in my life, I have come to realise just how much the patriarchy has controlled the lives of so many for so long. Now, patriarchy is not anything to do with, I don't like men, I'm against men, I'm a real staunch feminist. It's not like that at all. We all have inner masculine and feminine energies, traits within us, and we need both of them, but we need them in balance. And it's the imbalance that causes us so many problems. So I am, as a sensitive soul, I am very right-brained. I'm much more creative, intuitive, whereas we are conditioned, brought up, whatever, controlled to be a certain way, which is much more left brain, the more masculine way of doing things. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But as I said just now, we need the balance. We've got to have balance in life. You've only got to look to nature. Nature's got it perfectly. She knows how to maintain the balance. And then us humans come along and we try and, smash it to pieces. But that's another story. So I have undertaken this journey because I've needed to do a lot of my healing from the more masculine dominated parts of my life. So as an example, I used to work in consulting engineering. I used to work in the technical drawing site. So drawing the layouts of when I say building sites, it's, buildings. Sorry, there's a hair in my mouth. Great, I loved it. I really enjoyed it in my 20s. However, as soon as something else came along, and that happened to be massage, I could feel myself switch. But when I worked in consulting engineering, it was a male-dominated environment. I was subjected to sexual harassment on a number of occasions. But of course, in your early 20s, you don't believe that you're strong enough to speak up, and two, even if you did, who's going to listen? Who's going to listen? Because the bosses were all men. And of course, back then, and I'm talking sort of mid-late 80s, it was a very different world again. So I'm not comparing, I'm just explaining here some of the things that I've been through and that I've been working through, and certainly in the last year. And for me, for us, my partner and I, getting out into nature in this way allows us to come back to ourselves. We have, me especially, have been so caught up in the shoulds, musts, oughts. Everything that's been expected of me over the years from a very small child. And the bottom line is, it hasn't really got me anywhere. It hasn't given me the right life and lifestyle for me as an individual. I'm also a mother. And my son and I have left a narcissistic, abusive situation. We had to leave. we spent time in a, somebody's got a lawnmower going, in a refuge as well. So I have an awful lot of life experience, and where I'm at this year is that everything has been virtually everything has been sort of stripped away from me. The stuff that I'd built up that I thought was the right thing to do, but actually wasn't right, which is why it's all leaving now, so to speak. I have no idea how I'm going to, what my work's going to look like. Absolutely no idea. But I'm hoping that this journey, this new journey, is going to open up something very different. Something that I know is inside of me, but I can't quite when you can't quite get hold of it, because I can't quite see it. I don't know exactly what it's going to look like, but obviously it'll combine all the work that I've done thus far. And I don't know, it'd be interesting who I'm going to meet along the way. So this journey is multifaceted. Faceted? I think that's the right word. It's going to be my personal journey. It's going to be my partner's journey. It's going to be a journey of living slightly off grid in a caravan, the unconventional way, so that we can get ourselves back on track and find ourselves again. And it's also going to be a little bit work related, as in, how can I help others? How can I be of better service to the world? How can I help more people in a better way? And that might just be daily tips. It might just be that I'll run some EFT tapping sessions for things like anxiety, low mood, possibly depression, many different aspects of healing, whatever. Because I can do all that online. I don't know, I might cover some other energy techniques that I have learned in my journey with Touch for Health kinesiology. So yeah, watch this space, and if you've got this far, thank you. And if you are someone who has experienced an illness, a major life transition, or is going through one and is feeling utterly lost and confused and almost devastated, know that there is hope. There is always a reason for this. I'm really sorry that you're witnessing me removing hair from my mouth, but it is very windy. Know that there's always hope, and it's quite probably the universe's way of trying to redirect you onto your right path, rather than doing something that you feel that is expected of you, or that you should do, or you must do, or you ought to do. All those things that put us under pressure to be someone that we're not, to live our lives in a way that is not authentic, that is completely out of alignment. So, as I say, if you've got this far, thank you for listening, and welcome to my journey, to our journey. Let's take this journey together.